Welcome to JLC TV, the show that charters our beginnings in 2010 to our current situation now. We are an IT distribution specialist, ranging from IT peripherals to devices. Anything you need, we can supply. What we're going to do today is discuss a little bit about the operation. We normally talk quite positively about the operation, some of the challenges, but today we're really going to sort of do a bit of a deeper dive into some of the issues that we have on a daily basis with the operation, and also what issues might arise when we bring in new processes. So if we start off, say with a current situation, we're bringing on a lot of new products into JLC, and some of the suppliers, they have different terms to, say, our current supplier in China. So all these new devices that we're bringing on board have different return periods and different situations surrounding what time we can return it, and we then have to relay this to our customer. So from my point of view, we've had to rewrite say our returns policy so we can actually cover ourselves as a business, so we're not left out of pocket if, say, we order a specific item and then it gets cancelled, and then obviously we're left without the order to actually ship to the customer because they don't want it anymore. So there's been a lot of change in regards to the new products coming on board. Other challenges that we might have are things where it might not be within our control. So for example, we've had a few issues with our processing system the last few weeks. It's called DocuWare, and it's a cloud-based system, and it's actually gone down globally. It's been a global issue we've had, and we've literally haven't been able to do anything here at JLC. So again, it's really frustrating because the business comes to a standstill in terms of what we actually report. So all the orders that come through, they're not getting processed. We have to wait for that system to be fixed, and again, that's not in our control. So it's quite frustrating as a business when you've got people like James and Dick wanting to know the numbers of, say, turnover and profit that we've made. But if the system is down and it's a third party such as DocuWare, then you just have to be patient and just be ready to sort of fix that issue and get back on track once the issue's been fixed.
So what does DocuWare actually, how does it help the business? What does DocuWare do?
So DocuWare in a nutshell, so previously a PDF would come in with a sales order from the customer into our purchasing inbox. The old way would be the PDF sales order get printed off, and then each line would manually get entered onto the stock system. So it would be the delivery address, the cost price, the product description, and what DocuWare does, it automates that whole process. So when the order now comes into the purchasing inbox, that automatically gets sent through to DocuWare, and the system scans and reads the purchase order and sends that through automatically once it's been approved to our Unleashed system. So previously when orders came in, we might be, say, maybe 4 or 5 hours behind reporting where we were at, but because the orders come in straight away now and we can process it straight away, we get a real-time view of what we're actually processing and can report those numbers back to the business within 5 minutes of the order coming on board.
Oh wow, that's that's interesting.
So,
it speeds the whole process up.
Yeah, so instead of automatically sort of writing line by line, manually entering the data onto the system, it's all automated, and the computer scans it and sends it through. So that's a really good sort of advancement we've had, and along the lines of what we want to look into investing with other areas of the operation as we get bigger. So yeah, that's one example, but we plan for these scenarios, like when DocuWare went down earlier on in the week, we've got multiple people trained, so when we know it's going to be down for a couple of hours, we can sort of change our resource to another area to get ahead, and then when DocuWare then comes back on, we can say, right, I need 4 of you to jump on there now to catch back up. And yeah, it's good job on Arlene and the team for sort of training and managing to do that. So
if DocuWare's automated, what is it that people working within DocuWare are kind of working on at the moment?
So all they're doing is, it's a basic check. So the computer can make mistakes sometimes, like with any computer system. So say, for example, it's looked at a price and it's chosen to look at the VAT, the tax amount, rather than the total sales amount. The person on DocuWare would just check that it's pulled that right information, and if it's pulled the wrong information, it would just highlight the correct information. But it's 99% it pulls right, but that person is basically there just to do a check, to check it's pulled that right part of information.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so DocuWare is one thing. That's said, if it goes down, it's out of our hands. Another thing, which you'll be very well familiar with, is stocking the channel. So again, this is a third-party business that we use to obviously display our products to resellers. And if we have an issue with that, that normally arises from a system called IceCat. So the girls, i.e. Becky and the products team, populate IceCat with our products, and then Stocking the Channel then pulls that information from IceCat to then display on their portal and their platform, so all our customers can see it. So the issue we've been having recently, again, is the system's not been mapping our IceCat products correctly. So the girls have been doing a great job getting everything on IceCat, all the specifications done correctly, such as photos, different specs, just the whole shebang for what the product information, but then it's not pulling through. And again, it's very frustrating because Stocking the Channel isn't within our control. We just have to send emails pushing them to say, right, can you please look into why it's not mapping from IceCat correctly, because our customers can't see our products correctly. They say that the photo isn't available, and obviously when you're buying something, you want the full specification, you want the photos, you want the whole thing to look really professional. So again, it's a situation that can be frustrating because it's not in our hands, but we just have to be proactive in sending emails, making sure on our part that we've done our due diligence, all our products have been uploaded with the right specification to our best of our ability.
That's really interesting.
I'm sure you can vouch for that as well, haven't you?
I can. It is.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
It is when you're working on a system which you're doing everything you can do, but it's out of our hands to get it to actually work. It is frustrating.
And that's it. And I think I had a question a few weeks ago about, said, what does it take to be a manager? And I answered it, and it's very applicable to this, is you can only control what is in your hands. Like, we can set up our people, set up our personal processes to make things as smooth as possible for the operation, but when things don't go our way, we just need to keep our heads and just think of a plan B. Like, things aren't broken forever, you just need to keep on and obviously wait till it's fixed, get the resources in place for when it is fixed, and just catch up. You can't control everything in life.
James says it's great to see you.
James,
and
nice to hear from you.
He says, do you think the snow is going to be heavy and lock down the UK?
I think it's always a little bit over exaggerated, isn't it? Like, whenever there's snow forecast, it's always like, oh yeah, it will come to a standstill, but as long as the roads are gritted, people can get to work, so I don't think it'll be too bad.
It was snowing a lot here earlier, and it never snows here, so
yeah, that's
but true. It hasn't settled. I've seen it settled in London though.
Yeah, it hasn't stuck there, luckily, but it is freezing, isn't it? And
it is really, really cold.
I'm wearing my JLC fleece today. It is absolutely freezing.
James says he's heading back at the end of the week, so he's looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, it'd be good to have James back in the office, give him an update on what's going on. So yeah, James, we're just discussing about some of the difficulties of the operation this week, and we're just saying about managing situations like out of our control. So yeah, that's the theme of it today.
He said it's boring that the snow hasn't settled.
The snow?
Yeah, I agree with that actually. I think it needs to settle.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm a little bit more boring, because if the snow settles, and people have got an excuse not to come into work.
Are you a skier or a snowboarder? Have you ever done any of those?
No, I've never done either, to be fair. I've always wanted to do skiing, but I've never actually done it, so it's definitely one on the...
It's great. It's like the best holidays ever.
To-do list, yeah. I do really want to do it. Have you done it?
Yeah. We used to, when we were younger, we would go all the time. It was good.
How many times have you been?
I'm not sure, actually. We used to go like every February, so yeah, quite a few. I've not been for a couple of years now, though, with COVID and then everything else, so...
Yeah.
Kelly says it's snowing again. Maybe we should go have a look. It's shut.
We can have a walk.
Have a wander around.
So as we can see, when systems go down, like we had DocuWare down this week, we just get the guys to focus on, say, the other things such as keeping everything tidy. And you see, obviously, Arthur's going around doing that now, and it is looking quite tidy around here. So we'll have a wander as well.
It's looking really tidy in here today.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's got the access locations there. Yeah, it's looking pretty tidy.
Look at all this.
So Arthur's next project is this back bit there. That's all cables along there, and if you follow me, somewhere he's recently done. We want it looking all in new boxes and looking a little bit neater on there. So that's the next project. To keep,
so when will Arthur have that ready by?
So he's doing the iPhone 15s and 16s to me at the moment, which you'll probably see him down there today. He's down there finishing that off. So what we do, we choose like a little part at a time, because when I first started working with Arthur, he's very 100 miles an hour, and sometimes get overwhelmed with, oh, I want to fix this, I want to fix that all at once. So now I give him one thing at a time to fix. So at the moment he's fixing 15s and 16s, retidying, doing that for me, and then once he's done that, it'll just be narrowly focusing on that.
That makes sense.
I'd probably say within a month he's finishing off that, and then that's a really big job, that, because a lot of the cables are exactly the same. The cables are probably the most complicated thing that we have to stop to actually pick, because trying to differentiate between that cable that's 1.5 and 2 meters, that black cable, when they're all rolled up, is like near enough impossible. So Arthur's got to unpick all that and, and
work out.
redo that. So yeah, that's a big job for him. But as I said, with how he's done with this, with the rest of it, I'm confident he can do that.
So you said there was an update about the new building. You went to see it this morning with David. What? How was that looking?
So yeah, it's good. There are sort of things that get thrown up unexpectedly. So when we went today, we were looking at like potential offices, like how we would set things up, how it would suit us, and it actually turns out they said, actually on a passing comment said, oh, we're going to keep this gas heating, and they said, oh no, we're going to rip out all the heating. And we said, oh, can't we keep that? And they said no. So just when you think we're getting to a point where we're getting organised and planned with the costs, we then now have to factor in putting heating into the building.
Oh, what, we would have to put the heating?
We have to do that, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And just to add another issue to that is, we said, oh, we just replace it with another gas heater, but because of new laws for landlords and EPC energy ratings, they said we're not allowed to put gas in anymore. So again, that means we've got to go for like electric, solar or infrared, all this kind of stuff, which, like I said, I haven't even looked into before. So that's, that's something for me and David to have a look into. But you see this one here, we've got a nice gas heater there. That would be absolutely perfect for the new place. But they said we're not allowed gas, so I need to look and dig into the reasons why on that. But
oh wow, okay.
I'm sure they wouldn't say it unless they meant it.
So would there be no heating throughout the whole building, or just the warehouse element?
Yeah, well, we'd have to sort out the heating for the whole thing.
Wow.
So yeah, that's something we previously wouldn't have factored in. Like, you just presume the heating comes with a place or a property, don't you? Normally.
Yeah, you would.
So yeah, there's all these little things, but it's kind of expected. You got to expect the unexpected when you're dealing with things like this. For me, it's like new. We're looking to a new property. Obviously, David's got a bit of experience with this kind of thing already, but even this is like throwing up things that we're unaware of. So it's why we're looking at it now, and we're doing things like well in advance, so we can try and plan as best we can. But like any good plan, there's always going to be things that get thrown up that we haven't originally thought of.
Have you seen Chris's new jacket in the warehouse?
I haven't.
It's got it's like a heated seat, but it's like a jacket that has heating through it.
Really?
Yeah, so maybe we could all just get them. Yeah, he might have it on today. But
I might need to invest in these if we can't get any heating.
Yeah, this might be a cheaper way of doing it.
Chris, have you got a heat jacket?
Yeah.
Is this it?
Is this it?
Yeah. It does need a power pack to work.
So this is cool. I did notice this on your... To be honest, I noticed this little logo. What's that logo on Chris's jacket?
How hot does it get, Chris?
Not very hot.
Oh, isn't it really?
No, it's quite subtle, but it does work really well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. James, you might have to invest in these for the staff in the new place if you can't get the heating sorted. So yeah, that's the update with the new building. As I said, we want to get sorted because we want the peace of mind that we're actually settled in a place, and then we can actually start to make plans about all the other costs, the moving costs associated. So if we get like times and dates, then we can actually start to plan. So we want to get something wrapped up pretty soon, to be honest. But yeah, we've still got a few things to sort.
Will we get full reign on how that is laid out inside, or is that something that they've planned out already?
So they're just going to make it into a complete blank space for us.
Oh, okay.
And then we can do what we want. So similar to this building, like if we want to build extra offices. Like
So we could like build like meeting room and
yeah, we
things
could
like
build
that.
another room. So it's just going to be like a shell when we get it. It's going to have like a new roof, new roller shutters, everything completely new. And then it's up to us to decide what offices we want to do. So
Oh, wow.
basically there's a couple of offices downstairs that are segregated by a main roof. But at the moment there's loads of like mini offices where they just knock that through before we get into it.
Oh, okay.
And then it's up to us to decide from there, how we want it. So.
Cool. That sounds really interesting.
So yeah, so I said there's a lot of things going on in the background at the moment that's like challenging. So we've got the unit in the background that's we're trying to make slow progress with. We've got all the new process going in. Obviously we've got the new suppliers coming on board here. We're contending with the issues we've had on DocuWare this week. And yeah, just got to try and keep on top of things. Like I said, stocking the channel as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a flavour today of some of the challenges that we have in the operation. Like we're always very positive, and we always try and be positive with all the good stuff that the guys are doing. But yeah, like make no mistake, like it is hard as well. Like trying to keep this business flowing, operating, churning out the numbers that we do. There's all this background stuff that we have to contend with as well.
Perfect. And we've been going for 17 minutes, so
17 minutes. Do we have any more questions?
there's no more questions. It's just Kelly and James were talking about the snow, but yeah, no other questions.
Great.
So
I'll
we
give
could-
it a couple of seconds. Sometimes we get a question before we're about to go.
These are all out ready. They're going to an event on Thursday, aren't they? I think.
Who's Penny and
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was those two getting ready. So yeah, I think so. And Jack and Josh.
Yeah, they're in London today.
In London today. So yeah, plenty of customer visits as well going on. So
Perfect.
yeah, all good. So yeah, I think if there's no questions, we will wrap it up.
Yeah, no questions at the moment.
So I'll be back tomorrow for Operation Wednesday. Is Jack back tomorrow?
Yeah, he's in tomorrow. He's not in Thursday, but he's in
Perfect.
Friday.
So yeah, me and Jack tomorrow discussing more about the operation. So yeah, we will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Have a good day.